sessions, and then the last year and a half we've been meeting once a month for people who are interested in the in-person sessions. And so you see here tonight 15 of the people who did at least one in-person session either November, December, January, February, March, and who are available tonight, okay? And thank you for being available tonight here. All right, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. This is called an Improvmocital, which means that it's an improv demo recital. So not really a performance, but we're showing you like different exercises that we do, different games that we do, and we are going to need some suggestions from the audience too sometimes. So please play with us. All right, so we'd like everybody to get on stage, and we're going to do our name introductions. And come down a little bit more. Yeah, right above. Okay. So each person is going to say their name and do like a little gesture. If we can all do it with them and say their name with them, or as an echo actually, okay? So we'll start with you. Linda.
Linda.
Linda. Okay, so watch the gesture too.
Hedieh.
Hedieh.
Laura.
Laura.
Barbara.
Barbara.
Debbie.
Debbie.
Carlos.
Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Lisa.
Lisa.
Nick.
Nick.
Arno.
Arno.
Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Melvin.
Melvin.
Terri.
Terri.
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Melissa.
Melissa.
Okay, give them a nice round of applause. Good. That's the way to do it, right? We want to support everybody, make everybody look good. So we're going to do our first game, and that's called That Wig. And so we need to have Sheldon and Kathleen and Hedieh and Linda and Debbie and Bonnie and Melvin in this. Okay. So we're going to teach you a little chant, and then we're all going to do it together. So it goes like this. Okay? That doesn't matter. Yeah. And so if you're in a spot that I want you to stand in, I will let you know. And otherwise, just get out there. Okay. So this is how it goes. We're all going to do it together. Okay? That wig. That wig.
That wig makes you look like.
Okay. So there's two of them, and then that wig makes you look like. So everyone together again. That wig.
That wig. That wig makes you look like.
Okay, good. So we're all going to be doing that, and then it makes you look like we stop. And Kathleen, why don't you start? Okay. So, ready, and
That wig. That wig. That wig makes you look like
A rock star.
yeah. It's our rock stars. And that wig.
that wig. That wig makes you look like
A bowl of cottage cheese.
A bowl of cottage cheese. Everyone's a bowl of cottage cheese. Yeah. Okay. And
that wig. That wig. That wig makes you look like
A lion tamer.
that wig. That wig. That wig makes you look like
An elephant.
that wig. That wig. That wig makes you look like
A tree.
okay. And
that wig. That wig. That wig makes you look like
A stone.
I'm not sure. Okay, make sure that we get everybody to play. And
that wig. That wig. That wig makes you look like
Queen Victoria.
Okay, and I think Sheldon, are you the only person who? Yeah, and ready, and that wig.
That wig makes you look like
Albert Einstein.
Okay, let's give them a nice round of applause. So that's our little warm up, that wig. Okay. So now we need Laura, Barbara, Arno, and Nick. And in that order, Laura, Barbara, Arno, and Nick. Okay, so this is a game called That's Right, Bob. Okay, so Bob, there's no Bob up there, but we're just using Bob's name. Okay. So we need an object. Somebody give us a suggestion of an object.
A bowling pin.
A bowling pin, okay. So I'm going to say, this is a bowling pin, and then Laura is going to say, that's right, Bob, and she's going to repeat the last thing I said. This is a bowling pin, and she's going to add something to it. And then Barbara's going to say, that's right, Bob, and she's going to repeat the last thing she just heard, and then add something to it. So we'll go probably 2 times around, okay? So this is a bowling pin.
That's right, Bob, it's a bowling pin. And it is also something that you can cuddle when you're sleeping.
That's right, Bob. It's also something you can cuddle when you're sleeping. And it's very shiny.
That's right, Bob. It's very shiny and it's very colorful, and easy to hold tight with you.
That's right, Bob. It's easy to hold tight with you, but it's also really good to use as a weapon.
That's right, Bob, it's very good to use as a weapon. And it's also really good to put next to you at the dinner table.
That's right, Bob. It's also very good to put next to you at the dinner table. And if you lick it, you won't like it.
That's right, Bob. And you won't like it because it makes you feel like you're nowhere.
That's right, Bob. You'll feel like you're nowhere because you've just licked a bowling pin for dinner, and that's not nutritious food.
Okay, give it a nice round of applause. So that skill about like listening to the person before you and adding, that's part of improvisation, that you really need to be in the moment and listen and add and build. All right, so now we need Carlos and Melissa and Linda and Sheldon in that order. Carlos, Melissa, Linda, and Sheldon. So by the way, they did not know what they were going to do tonight until we met here at 6:30, and then I just told them what they're going to be doing. So everything else is just improvised, right? This is not rehearsed. Okay, so what happens here is that Carlos is going to say something in gibberish, which is a made-up language, and then Melissa is going to interpret for us what he has said. Okay, Carlos.
Carlos, thank you. Carlos says,
It's amazing to be here. I have traveled so far over many oceans.
Great, so Linda, you're going to say something in gibberish, and Sheldon's going to interpret.
Well, if you go out into outer space, all you do is float around, and then you land on a Skylab, and then you can stay there for as long as you want.
Okay, interesting, thank you. And now Melissa, you're going to say something in gibberish, and Linda, you're going to interpret.
it's so annoying. I came to the store to buy something and it's not here. That's false advertising. I want my money back.
And Sheldon and Carlos take a step forward. So this time, Sheldon says something in gibberish, and Carlos will interpret.
Yeah. Oh, nobody, don't you think about it. I was in this parking spot first. You go somewhere else.
All right, before we take a bow. All right, so this is going to be a surprise. I don't even know what's happening here. but we have Terri and Nick and Arno. So I'll tell you what happened here. So I asked Terri, Nick, and Arno to go backstage in between when we were finished going through the structure and also before you walked in. And they told each other a story. And then they agreed on which story they're going to use. They're each, remember the Tell the Truth game? Where they each had to pretend that it was their story, right?
Yeah.
So they're each going to tell the story as if it's their own story. And only one of them is the real, true storyteller, real person. And then we're going to vote after you hear all three. Okay, so we'll start with you, Terri.
Back in the 90s, I was able to be a chaperone on a tour, a chaperone in taking a group of students to the theater. There was the teacher and myself, the two adults, and we took a group of 20 students to the theater. And we were seeing a play that we had gotten tickets through TDF. Back then they were $20 a ticket.
So we were so excited, we had gotten the tickets, we took mass transit the way there, so we took a bus, and then we transferred over to the subway, and we got to the show, and as we sat down, I started to sweat, because I realized this show has nudity in it. So I'm sitting there like, oh my god, am I gonna ever be able to do a show again? Like, and it was not like there was not sex going on, but there was body parts flopping around. So as I kind of realized this, I'm like, well, I mean, we're here, and this is art, and these are theater students, so we, we watch the show.
Yeah, those kids were something else. They saw those naked bodies and they started giggling. I said, class, please. This is something very important. Pay attention. They said, we are. I'll never forget that day. Boy, all 20 of those students, we came out together and we started talking about the play. They said, when is the next play? I said, that's not this. Yes, I remember that day.
Okay, good. So they each told part of the story, but only one of them it really happened to. So, by a round of applause, how many of you think it's Terri's story? How many of you think it's Nick's story? How many of you think it's Arno's story? Will the person whose story this really is, please step forward.
Turner and Roger Reese.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow, great. Okay, and so, elements of, we're trying to look, who's telling the truth, right? And we have to improvise, they were improvising, right? And making it seem like it was really there. So let's give them a nice round of applause. All right, so let's bring Debbie out for this next thing. And for this, Debbie's going to have a name. We have to give Debbie a name. So who has a suggestion of a name for Debbie?
Sandra.
Sandra. All right, so we have Sandra. Now, Sandra has a particular occupation. So what occupation does she have? Stripper. She's a stripper. Sandra the stripper. Now, Sandra the stripper has a personality quirk, and we need a personality quirk for Sandra the stripper.
OCD.
She's OCD, which means
Go ahead, Lauren. What does it mean?
obsessive compulsive
disorder.
Right. So she's OCD, and so there's a lot of behaviors that she does that are ritualistic, right? Now, you are all at a singles mixer, and Debbie is trying to find a date, and she is going to pitch herself to you as Sandra the stripper who has OCD. So take it away, Sandra.
Hey everyone, I can't believe that I'm here. I've been waiting to come to this single.
I've been waiting to come to the singles mixer for so long. I mean, for some reason, I don't meet men that I should be dating at my job. I mean, I'm too busy. I don't know. I'm so busy at my job, like trying to be a little too sorry, I shouldn't be so sexual because at work, I'm very sexual. Does anyone have $1? Do you want to give me $1? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where was I? So I'm very lonely. I mean, I feel like I'm always with men, but then I come home and I'm so alone, and all they do is I can't stop. Anyway, I'm so glad I'm here at the Poconos at this amazing event and meeting all of you. And some of you look like you could be clients. Oh, hey, I think I've seen you before. Hi. Call me later because I need some like 1, 2, 3. But anyone that's not a client, I'd like to date you, but you call me later, okay? Because I need some new therapy because I'm not doing very well. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, as I was saying,
let's give a nice round of applause. Shake off that roll. Shake it off. All right, great. Thank you for those suggestions. Keep them coming. All right, so we need Bonnie and Laura on this side, and we need Nick on the other side. So let me tell you what's happening here. So this is a time traveling game, and Laura and Bonnie and Nick are all from the 1400s, okay? But Laura and Bonnie had the opportunity to travel, do time travel, all the way to 2025, and they found something in 2025 that they cannot believe exists, and they're going to travel all the way back to tell Nick about it from the 1400s. What is that thing? Yes.
Oh, it's the sanitary napkin.
Sanitary. Sanitary napkins. Okay. Well, that's we go with the unexpected. Okay. So Nick might learn a lot tonight. Now, Bonnie and Laura are now traveling back after they found this thing called sanitary napkins, which I think's been around a little while, but not
back then.
Not back then, right? So, let's watch.
Oi, order number. Oh, sorry, I forgot who was king. Where have you been for the last 2 weeks?
You start. I just have to put my thoughts together.
We're in 2025, and we found these pads. I don't know. I couldn't believe what they were for. They're very light, but they come in these big boxes.
Yeah, so they're kind of like this, and they're white, but they're like smushy. And so we were like.
So what are they for?
Well, you know, we tried like, it's too short to go around your neck, so I don't think it's like a neck warmer thing.
Yes, and it didn't fit as hat either.
No.
So they have a lot of useless things in the future.
Oh no, but we're sure it's good for something. So then we were like, well, like, can we eat it? So we tasted it, but it was a little dry.
We found that the ones that were not used yet were a little dry. The other ones were rather milky. And we found a lot. We went into the what they call the outhouse. We call the outhouse.
Yes.
They don't call that.
No.
What do they call the outhouse? Why have they renamed everything?
Well,
So ridiculous.
there wasn't a name. It was like there was like this drawing on the door, like of this thing.
Like the cave people?
Yeah, it was like cave people drawing.
So they went backward in the future.
Yes, and when you went in there was like this square thing, and it had a dial.
Yes, and when you turn the dial, this pad fell out. We thought it was maybe a Band-Aid.
Yeah, and if you had a really bad cut, you would just, slap it on your arm.
You're supposed to slap your cuts now? I thought you were supposed to just let it...
Well, no, that was how it would stick.
You're supposed to let the blood out, because...
Well, it stopped.
It stopped the blood. It soaked up the blood. And...
It was like magic.
Magic? Do I need to bring you to the constable?
Not like real magic. No, not that kind of. It was as if magic, but it wasn't really magic. No, it was very, I'm sure it's gonna be very useful.
And scene.
Yes.
Okay. That kind of time traveling exercise, and we happen to use sanitary napkins because it was suggested here, but they use these kinds of games to train medical professionals to have them think about certain things and how they're going to be able to then share that information with their patients. Because sometimes medical professionals are talking where their patients don't really know what they're saying, and maybe the patients might be a little afraid to ask, or they feel embarrassed to ask questions, right? And so it helps them to kind of like bring it down to a level where the patients can understand. So improv is actually used in a lot of different places in the medical field as well. All right, so we're going to move on. So we have, first we're going to do this, and then we are going to call the names of the people. Okay, so you see this here, this little scribble, right? So we need somebody from the audience who is going to change this into something else. You don't have to say anything. I have a marker, and all you have to do, and we're all going to sing the Jeopardy theme song, so that's as long as you have time to change it into something else. So that's what we're going to do. So who would like to change this into something else? We have a marker for you, and we got, and your name for everybody?
Jim.
Jim. So Jim, we're all sing the Jeopardy theme song. You're going to change that into something else. Okay, ready? And do 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 do. Okay, so everyone sees the picture? Let's give Jim a nice round. All right, so let's have, I'm juggling my two things here. Let's have Melissa, Arno, Hedieh, Linda, Kathleen, and Lisa in that order. So we have Melissa, Arno, Hedieh, Linda, Kathleen, and Lisa. I'm going to put the picture up here. And that's our inspiration to tell a story. And this story is going to have a title, which is going to be, the title of the story is, you have a title?
My dog's first walk.
My dog's first walk. My dog's first walk. It was very, very meaningful. Okay. All right, so my dog's first walk, and they're each going to say a sentence. The next one's going to say yes, and they're going to finish all the way, and Lisa will wrap it all up. All right, so my dog's first walk.
Last week, it was a beautiful day, so I decided on going for a walk. My dog Spot.
Yes, and Spot was a nice little dog, but he didn't like to go around looking at people. He liked to close his eyes.
Yes, and when he closed his eyes, he kept running into things, and that didn't really work out very well.
Yes, and he was a cute little dog and loved to sniff around in the dirt and crawl, put his paws in the dirt and dig up bones if he could find them.
Yes, and once he found the bones that he dug up, he then brought them to the county store.
Yes, and then he made a living selling bones at the store.
And that's the story of my dog's first walk.
My dog's.
Okay, thank you. So, improv can come from anything, right? We can just make associations. We take things, make them into other things, right? So thank you for that. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to do is we have Bonnie, Barbara, Sheldon, and Kathleen. So we have a design team here that they've created a product. Now, it's a product, not sanitary napkins. It's a product that nobody has ever heard of before. Now let me give you some suggestions, because somebody out here is going to tell us what they have designed. Now, one suggestion that, and just as an example, is a storybook for a dolphin. Okay, that doesn't really exist, right? But that's a made-up product. A lollipop that helps you to do math. Okay. A song that makes you lose weight. Okay. So we need a suggestion of some made-up product, and then we're going to do something with it. So Bunny has an idea.
Shoes that make you tap dance.
Shoes that make you tap dance. They make you tap dance. They make you a better tap dance. You don't know how, you don't know how to do it. You don't know how to do it, and they make you tap dance. Okay. So they've worked very hard on this product, and they're going to tell you more about it, and I'm going to ask them questions, and they will answer them. So first of all, we need a name for this product. What is the name of this product?
Tapilarios.
Tapilarios. Tapilarios. Tapilarios, yes. And you know how products have a tagline? Products have a tagline. What's the tagline for Tapilarios?
Tap your way to health.
Tap your way to health. Tap your way to health. Okay. Somebody describe what this product looks like. Tell them.
These are patent leather shoes with taps on the bottom, but they light up. As soon as you start tapping, they light up and they radiate your entire face.
And they have sparkles all over them that just look like stars.
And they come in an array of colors, any color that you want.
Yes, and they are really beautiful.
Yes, and they come in all sizes.
In all sizes too. So who's your target audience for Tapilarios?
Women 50 and older.
Women 50 and older. Okay. And where do you anticipate selling these Tapilarios to women who are 50 years and older? At the Bergen County Players, maybe?
Any shoe store, anywhere. It's just for everyone.
Also at dance studios and
Capizio outlets.
Yes.
Yes, and we have a special arrangement with the New York City Ballet too.
Okay. And you know, every product needs a celebrity spokesperson. So who is that going to be?
Meryl Streep.
Oh, and because Meryl Streep, because?
Everyone loves Meryl Streep. They'll believe anything she says.
And Meryl Streep learned to tap dance just to wear these shoes.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, that's it.
That's it. Okay. And how much do Tapilarios cost?
$300.
$300.
Each, if you want them both pairs.
$600 for the pair, otherwise only one of your legs is tapping.
But if you buy two, you get a 10% discount.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's worth every penny.
Okay. So this is the moment you've all been waiting for. They have a jingle. Let's hear your jingle for Tapilarios.
Tap. Let's tap our feet. Isn't it sweet? To tap our feet.
Oh, one more time.
Tap. Tap our feet. Isn't it sweet? To tap our feet.
Okay. So I hope that you can see, right, they have to work together and just keep yes-anding, you know, it doesn't matter what anyone says, yes, they're all right. Okay, good. All right, so we need Terri and Hedieh and Carlos and Melvin and Melissa for this game. So this is called freeze tag, and I think we're just starting with Melvin and Carlos, I think, first. So Melvin and Carlos step forward. So somebody give us an activity that they are going to be able to do, and then I'll explain the game.
Basketball.
Basketball, okay, so thank you, they're going to be playing basketball. Now, what's going to happen here is they're going to be playing basketball, they're establishing their relationship and who's who to who, and then they're going to keep moving around, different positions. And then anyone that's standing back there, when they see a position that they can think of I can step into the scene. They're gonna say freeze, they're gonna freeze. Somebody's gonna tap out somebody, take on the same position, and they're gonna change it into something else. Okay? Let's watch.
All right, little brother. I bet you can't dribble like me. Oh, go for it. Ready? Woo! Oh! You got it. Mom is telling you. Oh, okay. All right. So here, calm down. Just freeze.
On the playground, you are not allowed to be a bully.
I love bullying so much.
As your teacher, I have to tell you that bullying is not done here.
Dad tells me to be fully self-expressed, and if I want to be a bully, god damn it, I want to be a bully.
You can be a bully at home, but at school, there are no bullies.
Well, my mom says to stand up to the bullies myself, so I'm gonna bully you.
Not in this.
I ordered my cappuccino with extra foam. What do you call this?
That's little foam.
Yes, I ordered extra foam.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna get it to you right away, but please don't tell my manager.
You know, I had enough of the Starbucks.
Hey, listen, it's only my first day.
As if.
Do you want it with oat milk or
Oat
almond?
milk? Ew!
I'm sorry.
Heavy cream, please.
Heavy cream. Please remember.
Please.
I'm trying to figure out what to make for dinner. Do you think, as my sister, you can help me out?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me just Google it. What do we have? Like pasta?
Pasta would be wonderful, except that you're not going to help me cook because you don't know how to cook. So I will just take suggestions from you. That's
Mom
all I do.
never taught me how to cook. I'm so sorry that you got all the cooking skills.
Oh my God, please. Don't even go there.
I mean,
Thank you.
she gave you all the attention.
And she gave you all the jewelry.
Well,
Sumo Wrestling 101.
I'm ready.
1, 2.
No, wait, I'm not really ready. Okay, let's do it again. Do it again.
1.
No, well, I mean, when you say one, you're saying 1 and then 2. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, not 1, 2, and go.
It's on 3, we begin to wrestle.
On 3.
On 3.
Okay.
Not after 3. On 3.
On 3. Okay. Here we go.
freeze. Oh, I can't believe we're finally ice skating. I've been waiting forever to do this. Oh my God, this is so great.
Yes, no, please.
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do?
Uh-huh.
See that tightrope right there?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna engage the core, and you make sure
Engage
you
the core.
distribute. Yes. Distribute the weight very
Distribute the weight.
Yes. Okay. Beginner level. Okay. Over the Grand Canyon. Okay. So engage the core. Find your center of gravity and squat.
Squat.
Yes. Now, like a crab, we're gonna walk sideways. Little by little.
Freeze.
Doctor, if you don't get this baby out of me, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill someone.
Just breathe. But remember, in order to give birth, you must be laying down. Why are you standing up?
You told me to stand up.
Here we go. Bend your knees. Yes,
No, I
bend your
can't bend that way. Okay.
knees. Okay, and just breathe.
And freeze, okay. All right, so we need Lisa and Melvin for this next thing. And Melvin, you're going to stand with your back towards us. And you know when you go to a poetry cafe, you don't clap. What do? Right. So Lisa is our host for this poetry cafe. And so Lisa is going to introduce the special poet that you have tonight, and then we're going to get a topic from the audience of the kinds of poetry that this famous poet writes. So, Lisa, bring them on. Bring it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Melvin Barreto.
Melvin, okay. So Melvin writes poetry about certain kinds of things. What kinds of things does
The purple cow.
What? I heard something.
A purple cow.
A purple cow. So Melvin writes poetry about cows. Sometimes they're purple, sometimes they're spotted, sometimes they're striped, right? So purple cows, different, okay. And so Lisa, tell us some of the titles of the purple cow arena that, some of the titles that Melvin has written.
The purple cow goes to school.
Oh, I love that one.
The purple cow gets elected.
And one more.
The purple cow and me.
The purple cow and me. Okay. Great. So you heard some of Lisa's favorite titles, but we want to hear the title of the purple cow poem that Melvin is going to recite tonight. What's that title going to be? Not the one that Lisa said, but one that you know.
The purple cow jumped over the moon.
The purple cow jumped over the moon. Love that one. Love that one. So there's one thing is that Melvin does not speak English. He speaks gibberish. But Lisa is trained in gibberish, and she's going to be able to interpret this poem for us, right, Lisa?
Yes.
So Lisa, in gibberish, just tell Melvin what poem we're doing, because he's looking at us like he's lost. So just tell it.
Melvin. Bata, Lua, Wa.
Ah, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, the purple cow jumped over the moon. Let's watch. One line at a time. Look.
The purple cow really wanted to jump over the moon. But he was stuck in the park. It was daytime and he couldn't see the moon. He knew it was out there somewhere. So he sat in the middle of traffic and cried.
All right, let's give it up. Let's give it up. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Melvin. Okay, so we need Laura, Barbara, and Terri up here for this exercise. In this order, Laura, Barbara, and Terri. Okay, so we need a suggestion of a company where they might be writing a complaint letter to.
That's good.
A company?
Yeah, where they might have some customer dissatisfaction and they're writing a letter to
A vacuum cleaner.
a vacuum
Company.
cleaner company.
Electrolux.
Electrolux. Okay, they're writing a letter to Electrolux. And they're going to write this letter 3 words at a time. Okay? And they have a complaint to Electrolux, so let's watch.
Dear Electrolux people,
I am writing to tell you how
much your vacuum
has given me suction problems. Never
will it
do the right suctioning. It sucks.
because it blows.
I want my money back and
15 new vacuums.
please send them to the address on
File tomorrow morning.
Thank you for
your prompt attention
to this because
I am mad.
And sign it.
Sincerely yours, Boris.
Angry Mad Smith.
Okay, let's give them a nice round of applause. So the signature, the signing was Boris
Angry Mad Smith.
Boris Angry Mad Smith. Okay. All right. So now the Electrolux company is going to write a letter to Boris Angry Mad Smith, and we need as a response. So we need Debbie, Lisa, and Carlos. In that order, Debbie, Lisa, and Carlos, okay? And so this is the Electrolux company writing a response to the letter that you just heard.
Dear Boris Angry Mad Smith,
We, and 3 words at a time.
Suck you. You
Are not the
authority on blowing.
vacuum cleaners.
And
we find it
totally fine that
You have them.
15 vacuum cleaners
is preposterous. And
If you only
take the time
to get
another one, we
promise to keep
coupons on file
for your records.
allow a minimum
of 50 business
days to reach
us back. Period. We
are busy with
other problems. So
go to hell.
we hope that
you find this
letter amusing and
your day stinks.
And sign it.
Suck it up.
Buttercup.
Okay, let's do it. All right, and so for our closing exercise, a game where everybody is going to stand up where they are, and we're going to do a game called Newsflash. And after the game, you're going to then share a little bit about improv with you. So this is the way it goes. So we have headlines, and so I'm going to throw out a headline, or maybe somebody has a headline that you have a suggestion. Who has a headline? That just a made-up headline, not a real thing in the news.
Rat commits suicide.
Rat commits suicide. Okay. So what's going to happen is that Linda hears the last word. She's going to make that her first word in her headline, and it's going to go all the way down the line. Okay? But we need your help. Everyone's going to say newsflash in between. So 1, 2, 3.
Newsflash.
Again.
Newsflash.
One more time.
Newsflash.
Good. So rat commits suicide.
Suicide.
Sorry.
Newsflash.
Suicides are increasing.
Newsflash.
Increasing temperatures make your skin boil.
Newsflash.
Boil everything in sight.
Newsflash.
Site of crash has been discovered.
Newsflash.
discovered is the new word of the year.
Newsflash. Year in total sales plummets. Newsflash.
Plummet down into the cave.
Newsflash.
Caves and spooky things are great.
Newsflash.
Great to use sanitary napkins.
Newsflash.
Cause it sure make me feel good.
Newsflash.
Good things come to those who waste.
Newsflash.
Waiting is a trait of those who are busy.
Newsflash.
Patient finds suicide painless.
Newsflash.
Painless is the new enjoyment.
Newsflash! Enjoyment should happen every day.
And newsflash! Good, let's give them a nice round. So, why don't you come to the front of the stage, come downstage, and we're just going to go right down the line, and just share a little bit about your relationship to improv. Yeah, if you want to bring a chair, you can. If you want to stand, you can. That's okay too. Whatever. You worked hard tonight. Okay. So we'll start with Linda, and anything you'd like to say about either the Zoom sessions we do, or the in-person sessions, or anything about improv and your life. Yeah, Linda.
So I began participating in the improv with Staci, who was a wonderful leader, and just great to become so involved that it's really helped, especially during the COVID period when we were stuck in the house, and we looked forward to it, and it was just so much fun. And it also helped me through some difficult or sad times when my daughter passed away, and also when my husband passed away. So it was very good, diversified activity, and I'm grateful to Staci for helping me.
Yeah, improv is a good distraction, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
First, thank you, Staci, so much for all that you do, because it takes a lot of work and coordination to make us listen. If not, but anyway, improv is a wonderful thing because it brings you out, if you let it, brings you out of your shell. And you can act silly, you can act stupid, you won't get judged, and you might get a laugh or two. So it's really a very good therapy. So if anybody wants to try it, whether you do Zoom or in person, it's really, really great.
I've been doing improv with Staci since 2020, here and online, and you know, the 40 minutes online, it's, you know, even in person, you don't have time to think about anything else. You're just doing all the exercises, you're in it, whatever comes out of your mouth is what it is. You can't be like, oh my God, I can't believe this and that. It's good, it's all good. Whatever anyone else says, you take, like, you know, she's always telling us it's a gift. When someone says something that's crazy, you're like, great, this is what I'm gonna do with it. And that's life too, you know? I mean, it's like, if something happens, a lot of times you just gotta take whatever it is and try to make something good out of it. And it's fun to play, try different accents and emotions and characters. So as actors, it's also, I think it just exercises a different muscle that we don't always get to use when you have a script. So. Okay,
I've been finding it so much fun to do the improv, and it also gives us a chance to get to know other people as friends instead of just people who are working on a show. And I especially enjoy working with my daughter.
Thank you, Barbara. I stumbled into improv class in New York years ago. I took a free class advertised in the newspaper, and I'm hooked ever since. I used to be really shy in front of groups, so hello, I'm not anymore. Really helped with that. And also classes in general, I love the diversity of ages, races, backgrounds. It's so much fun to be with all these lovely different humans. And Staci makes an amazing class, so thank you.
As an actor, I think improv helps me find the fun on stage, being on stage, right? It connects, as an adult, it connects me to my inner child, right? Because I can be silly, I can play around, but it also helps me listen, right? As an actor, you have to listen. So much of our time on stage, we think we have to be active, but we can also be very passive and listen. So that translates on stage. Also, the show must go on, right? Like anything can happen, live theater. Anything, someone drops a line, someone misses a prop. How do you get the skills in the workshop to come and transfer them on stage? You gotta keep going, right? And there's also something very beautiful about ensemble work, right? Getting to know everyone, their strengths, how to play off of each other, and it builds community. Yeah.
I've been doing it since COVID also for the reason of being cooped up. And I find that it's helped me to think on my feet And one thing that hasn't been mentioned, I can ditto what everyone else said, but one thing that hasn't been mentioned is that Staci does this thing where we do a check-in every week. And we get to know about each other's lives and what's going on. And it's people that, you know, that I wouldn't normally come in contact with, get to know. But I've gotten to know a lot of these people a lot better because of that check-in. And it's something I've been grateful for, and I do it as often as I can on Zoom or in person. It's just a great way to think on your feet and just relax and, like was said, be silly and not be judged.
Sheldon? Lisa?
I'm Lisa, and I've been doing improv for about maybe 2 years now. I started with Zoom, and then I moved into here. And I like it a lot because I was very shy, and it kind of got me out of my shell. And I like making people laugh.
My name is Nick, and I've been doing improv with Staci since I was a teen, years ago. And
he met his wife while he was doing it.
Well, yes. And so that aspect was actually not necessarily comedy. That was actually psychodrama, and it was very informative just with everything in life because it teaches you how to process emotions and do things that I know a lot of adults can't do. And as a teen, it was kind of cool to have that skill set. And now my wife and I run murder mysteries, and we do lots of other fun things that involve improv. And it's been truly amazing. And thank you, Staci. You're wonderful.
I just want to say that Dexter, who is on camera tonight, is a product, an improv product of Melissa. And Dexter is just about the right age to join our summer program for the RISE program. That's a spin-off of Reflections. It's a full circle, yes. Thank you. Arno.
My name is Arno. I've been doing improv since COVID. And one thing I like about improv is that you can say anything, do anything, look any crazy way, and people will laugh at you. They have a good time. They don't think you're crazy, but they're still laughing at you. So to have that ability to make people laugh, and you really don't have to think a lot. You don't have to say, is this the right thing to do? Or should I say this? No, just say the first thing that come out of into your head, out of your mouth. It's going to be funny. And then the audience will say, damn, if he could do it, I should be able to do that too. It looks good to make people laugh, and people look at you, and nobody call you crazy. So I like improv because it makes me feel good.
Kathleen.
Yes, I've been doing improv since COVID, and again, I'm piggybacking off of what Sheldon said. It's really good to be on, think on your feet and do different types of characters. And I try and do this every week, and I'm curious to know who's going to be on the improv, because we do have some of the same people every week, but then other weeks we have different people. So it's always good to change it up, who can make it or not. So I've enjoyed it very much since then. So thank you, Staci.
My name is Melvin. I have been doing improv since I first became a member, both through Zoom and in person. I would say it's a great way for people who have not acted in shows before to learn acting and grow comfortable acting before they audition or try being in a show. But it's also a great way for people who are actors but aren't in a show to practice their acting and become a better actor.
Thank you, Melvin. Terri.
My name is Terri, and I've been doing improv for a very long time. But I find that we spend too much time planning ahead and thinking and getting inside our own heads. And for improv, you need to be very present and very aware of what's going on around you. And you also have to let go of whatever you're planning in your head when you hear something else come out of someone else's mouth. So I enjoy being able to let go that way. And I can never memorize lines, so this is the only way.
And Terri, while you have the stage, right, that's the microphone, can you please put a plug in for the show that you direct?
Okay. On stage for its final weekend is, what's its name? Oh, yeah. Things My Mother Taught Me. And the The cast is charming, the play is wonderful. There's no bad guy, which is wonderful, and there's no dysfunctional family. It's just enjoyment and the warmth and that comes out. So get your tickets soon because we're almost sold out.
So Friday night and Saturday night, and
That's it.
right? And you're gonna see a repeat performance for these two chairs. We took them from the.
Yes. Both chairs will be back.
They'll be back.
And the director is great.
Yeah, the director, yes. The one that directed it, yeah. All right, and Bonnie.
I'm Bonnie, and I started doing improv with the Hedieh group at Ruland High School about 2 years ago. And then Nick and Melissa, who were in my Rotary Club along with some other people in here, told me about this. So I joined about a year ago, almost a year ago now, and I really love it. And I was telling Nick on the way over, I did some stand-up, and the difference between improv and stand-up is that in stand-up, you've got to convince the audience that you're funny. They're kind of almost an adversarial relationship because they say, Nick, we laugh. But when you're in improv, it's synergy between the audience and all of us who are working together. And Staci makes us all feel so welcome when we do this. It's very therapeutic to work with Staci.
Yes, it's therapeutic for me. All of you, believe me. And Melissa.
So yes, I've been doing improv since I was 16 with Staci, only a couple years ago. And I did meet my husband in improv, and it's just amazing because when I was 16, I was able to learn yes and I statements, and it really helped me in my life. I joined Staci's group during COVID. What I really appreciated about this group in particular is that I can do it on Zoom. I've done this improv group, you guys can attest, from my living room. I've done it from my bedroom. I've done it from an empty patient room when I had to stay late at work at the hospital. You could do it anywhere. And it's kind of escapism, and you get out of your own head, and you get to interact with people. It's so much fun, and I love doing it. So thank you, Staci, for doing this group.
So let's give them a nice round of applause. Before Allison comes up, our president, who's going to say something. So first, let's thank Randy Caust, who's on live tonight. And Dexter Ruffilo, who's here. And so for those of you who are BCP members, you know how to find me. I'm in the directory. And we have a Zoom session this week at Sunday night at 8. Is it 8 o'clock? Okay, it's only 40 minutes. If you want to join us, let me know and I'll send you the Zoom link. If you're not a BCP member and you'd like to find out how to be involved, you can reach me at improv@bcplayers.org. improv@bcplayers.org. And you can get 2 sessions for free. So whether they're Zoom or they're in person, 2 sessions for free. If you decide to do it more, you pay $25 to the theater as a donation. I don't get money for this. I'm volunteering my time. The theater will get $25 donation for a whole year's worth of sessions. So we welcome you to join us, and you don't have to come every week, but just it's a drop-in type of thing. I just need to know that you're coming so I can send you the link. And we'd love to have you, and everything is done in such a way that's gentle. Everybody's very supportive, and we welcome the new energy. So, oh yeah, we have a maximum on Zoom of 8 people per week. So yeah, and during COVID we had long waiting lists, but now not so much. So please come and join us and have fun with us. And it changes each week. So if you want to get on my email list, I send out a weekly email. It tells you when the sessions are, and then you could just sign up if you can make it, which we hope that you do. So I'm gonna turn this over to Allison, who's our president, who would like to say a few words.
Would like to, might not.
Yeah.
So first I just want to thank Staci. What you might not know is how long
Staci has been doing this here. People keep talking about COVID. How many weeks is it, Staci? 200 and?
Oh my gosh, right. And then there were those 8 weeks where I broke both my legs. And
Yes.
I couldn't do it from the rehabilitation facility. So we're at like 278 weeks.
It's pushing 300 weeks, close to 300 weeks. So what Staci didn't tell you is, so yes, if you get 2 sessions for free, if it's something that's you're interested in, $25 for the year. After that, or
become a member. Oh yeah,
become a member. And
that's what Bonnie
you
did.
can be. That's right, Bonnie did that.
Melissa,
Melissa did it too. So you can become a member for $36 a year, and in addition to all the improvs for the year, you also get to be part of this community. But you also get a free ticket to our players' night, and one at half price if you need it. So it's really a bargain. It's a real bargain. So if you are interested, you can talk to Staci, you can talk to me, you can go onto our website, bcplayers.org, and take a look there. I'm giving another plug for Terri's show, Things My Mother Taught Me. She says there's no dysfunction, but there's some dysfunction. Or bad guys. But it's sweet.
It's heartwarming dysfunction.
It's sweet dysfunction.
Yes.
And then I'm going to put in a plug for the last show of the season. After this show closes a few weeks later, we're going to be opening with our final show of the season, which is A Little Night Music by Stephen Sondheim. And directed by Steve Bell. And I've seen the cast a bit in rehearsal. It looks like it's going to be a fabulous show. And if you are interested in getting on the stage, coming up in May, we are going to, middle of May, we are going to be having auditions for our opening show of next season, which opens mid-September, which is beautiful, the Carole King musical, directed by me. So, and coming soon on the website, there will also be a listing of all the shows that we're going to be doing next season. So if anyone has any questions about that, I'm here, I can answer it. Thank you again to Staci, thank you to all of you.
We need to put the chairs back. So some of these chairs were taken from the dressing room, and then we need to put the chairs where they are.